You know that sinking feeling you get when you've planned something for months, maybe even years, and then out of nowhere it all comes crashing down? That was me a few months ago. I had this big trip planned to Italy, the kind where you dream about it for ages, meticulously pick the perfect spots, and tell everyone in your life that you're going. I was supposed to go on a guided tour of the Amalfi Coast. I was picturing myself sipping espresso in Positano, standing in awe at Pompeii, and just being completely immersed in that breathtaking beauty. But then, the worst happened. My flight got cancelled. I had this tight connection, and by the time I landed in Rome, the next flight to Naples was already gone. There was no way to make it. The tour I'd booked, the one I was so excited about, was leaving without me. Just like that. I felt like all my plans were slipping through my fingers, and I was hit with this wave of frustration. I called the tour company right away, hoping maybe they could hold the bus for a few more minutes, but nope. They were gone. It felt like the end of the world. And to make matters worse, the cancellation meant I was now dealing with non-refundable costs flights, the tour itself, all of it. Thousands of dollars down the drain. It was honestly one of the most helpless feelings. And then, after I'd gone through the whole process of being upset, I remembered something I'd heard about in passing. Travel insurance. I'd always thought of it as something for big emergencies, like medical issues or if you had to cancel your trip entirely, but I never considered it would cover something like this. My gut told me it couldn't hurt to check. So, I did some quick research. Turns out, the type of insurance I'd gotten actually covered missed connections, which was basically what had happened to me. I remember sitting there, sort of stunned, reading through the fine print. It wasn't just about the medical stuff or emergency evacuations. It was for moments like mine when your plans get thrown out the window and you're left scrambling. I gathered all the documents, flight details, cancellation notices, tour receipts, and submitted a claim. Honestly, I didn't expect much. But a few weeks later, I got an email. The insurance company was willing to compensate me for the cost of the tour. Not a full refund, but enough to cover a big chunk of what I'd lost. I didn't expect to get anything, honestly. I thought maybe I'd be out of luck. But in the end, I felt a huge weight lift off my shoulders. That's when I realized how important travel insurance can be, not just for the worst case scenarios, but for those unexpected hiccups that can ruin your trip, like a missed connection or a delay you never saw coming. It's honestly one of those things you don't think you need until you do. So, here's my tip. If you're planning any kind of trip, big or small, seriously consider getting travel insurance. Not all policies are the same, but make sure it covers the things that could potentially mess with your plans. Things like canceled tours, missed connections, or even medical expenses, because you just never know what's going to happen. And one last thing I'll mention, which I'm honestly so glad I found. Auras.insure. I found it when I was looking for an easier, hassle-free way to get coverage. It's one of those travel hacks that I ended up using, and honestly, I trust it now more than I ever thought I would. If you're looking for a straightforward, reliable way to protect your plans, it's worth checking out. Just a heads up, I'm not promoting it like some ad, it's just something that worked for me. I was able to get some peace of mind after all the stress, and that's something I wouldn't have gotten without that little safety net. I'm definitely going to keep using it for future trips. So yeah, sometimes life throws you curveballs, and sometimes those curveballs are expensive. Travel insurance can be the buffer you never knew you needed. Trust me, it's worth it.